Yes, people. So today we're talking about how to fulfill your potential in football. Let's get to this. I want to start by saying this, that your potential is hugely dependent on who you have allowed access to your ear. Whoever you have allowed access to your ear as a coach, as a player, sorry, has a huge say or a huge influence on the player that you may end up to be in the next 5 to 10 years. I say it again. The coach that you have allowed access to your ear has a huge impact in the next 5, 10 years on the type of player that you will and will not become. And I say that because Xavi said that to improve your intelligence and your talent, or to maximize the talent, coaches are at the heart of this. And he said that most sessions are 60% physical and 40% technical, with 0% on reflection of the game. And when he means reflection of the game, it's make you understand why and when. Those are the two questions. When you're talking about game understanding, it's about why and when, the process of why and when. And then you find out how. Most coaches today, particularly in the UK, are great coaches and explain you how and when, but the few can explain why in great detail. And I say that because Declan Rice, who just moved from West Ham to Arsenal, has said that in the last 4 weeks, how much he's grown already and how much he's learned about football that he had never seen before. This is what he said, word for word. I'm honestly seeing the game in a completely different way already. This is what he said. Tactically, on the ball and off the ball, I'm happy to know I'm learning so much because I'm trying to push myself to learn. Since the Community Shield, I feel I've taken a big step. Everything is starting to click. I was blown away by Arteta, and work with him day to day is just another level. Seeing how he works, how his mind operates, picking up stuff, seeing how he goes into detail, which is the why, on the opposition, and how he wants us to improve as players, individually and collectively, is really impressive. It's just the finer details of what he goes into, so there's no excuses on match day. You can't say we've not worked on this or that. You're given everything is literally down to you to go and perform. The finer details you can go into are another level, and I've never seen that before. Uh, Declan Rice is what, 24? Quote me from, forgive me if I'm wrong. And he's now moved from West Ham to Arsenal as a professional, and he's talking about how he's learning the game in a different manner. This is what I'm saying, that the coaches that you've allowed access to your ear has a huge dependency on your understanding, and that's why, I'm telling players, if you can spend money on a one-to-one coach, he can teach you how to do soul rolls and hit the ball outside of your foot and flick it over the cone and hit it past the mannequin man, and it looks all good for the gram, it looks clean and it's sharp. Listen, that's one part of the game. But what you want to improve on at the same time, or spend more ear to, is learning the game of football. Understanding why. Why, okay, if I want to learn how to do two touch, okay, is it why am I learning to do two touch in this particular drill? Is it because I need to learn how to break the line first time, my body position in here, etc.? There's many factors in the technical, and then leading it into you understanding why and when I can use it. Because physically, if you have Ronaldo's body, for example, and Messi's ability, and let's say that, but you have a mindset of an amateur footballer, you will only play as an amateur footballer. It will take a coach to be able to maximize, like Ronaldo, for example. He came over to United at Sporting Lisbon, very good, technically fast, etc. And he had a good coach in Alex Ferguson and many other players around him who was able to, and he learned. He said that he wanted to learn, he wanted to listen, and that's where the development of CR7 came, because of the ear that he allowed access to his ear. So this is where I say to you as a player, you need to be reading books on Soccer Tutor. You need to be uh, going to seminars that are for free. Some of them you got to pay, but some of you pay for one-to-one sessions, and all you're learning is technical and tech. And if you want to become smarter, I'm telling you, the best managers will choose the smarter players that can make the best decisions. Yes, I suggest you choose Spanish and German courses and Italian, because the UK FA course is, just look at the non-league system. You understand? Most coaches on the non-league system don't talk football IQ. They just talk either you're fast, and then they start talking about other attributes. But I've seen managers step three love players because they're quicker and they've got stamina. And that's why I say to players, if you want to go into a step 3, step 4 team, just be fit, have a good ability, have a good brain, average brain, and you most likely see yourself in a match day squad. And that's just the honest truth. I've seen too many good players gone. For example, step 2, step 2 at the time. I think it was Dorkin. They had 2 players. I remember one guy, Ilias, played now for El Cocon. Not El Cocon, sorry, Leganes. Another guy ended up playing in second Bundesliga in German Bundesliga, and he ended up getting a pro in Romania. I can give you lists, and they were overlooked and said, go to the reserves team. But managers were not been able to harness their ability because of the way they look and their size. So this is where I say to you, as I said before, go and invest in game knowledge and understanding. DM coaches on LinkedIn and ask if they got materials, if they can give you a lending ear, if you can help them. Like, I'm telling you, you need to invest in your IQ and their game, and stop spending these big money on coaches who are just training just 1 or 2 aspects of the game. Because end of the day, if Arteta selects you, he's going to see whether you can play in this system. If Pep selects you, he's going to see whether you can play in the system and whether you've got the brain. He only selects people who are intelligent. That's why Rico Lewis is playing in the side, and that's why, Manchester City's got a great academy, but a few of them don't have the understanding to be able to break into that first team in order for them to seal a good start out into the team. Does that make sense?